This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, y'all. Listen, hear me and hear me well. I made the video yesterday, but for some reason it got deleted, so I'm going to do it again. Errol the True Spence versus Erislandy Lara. This is a tune-up fight for Errol the True Spence. Let me say it again. This is what we call a tune-up fight for Errol the True Spence. Erislandy Lara is past his prime. He's an over-the-hill fighter. He got broken in the Jarrett Hurd fight. And Jarrett Hurd is nowhere near the level of Errol the True Spence. Now people are sitting here saying, well, isn't Errol the True Spence a 147 pounder? Yes, Errol the True Spence can go up to 154 and beat Erislandy Lara with ease. Now, if we're talking about Erislandy Lara back when he fought Canelo Alvarez, that's a different story. Now that would be the most arduous and the hardest fight for Errol the True Spence. Even harder than the fight that he had against Kell Brook. Errol the True Spence would be in some serious trouble against that Erislandy Lara, but he would still come out the victor. Let me say it again. Errol the True Spence would be in serious trouble against that Erislandy Lara, but he would come out the victor nevertheless. This would probably be the first fight that he probably wins by a split decision or unanimous decision. You know what I'm saying? I would more lean it towards a split decision. It would not be a knockout fight because that Erislandy Lara was able to move. That Erislandy Lara had some good slickness with him. That Erislandy Lara was able to evade punches. That Erislandy Lara had a motor, and that Erislandy Lara could box. That's the thing with these Cuban fighters, man. Their amateur background is very broad, it's very wide, and it's very accomplished. Plus, they know how to fight. They know how to box. They're not constipated like a Sean Constipated Porter, or Sean Constipated Porter Booty Boy is promoting this Sean Constipated Porter to be. Let me say it again. Sean Constipated Porter what? Booty Boy is promoting Sean Constipated Porter to be. We've debunked that nonsense. We know that Sean Constipated Porter is a constipated fighter. He can't box worth nothing. That's not going to be the case with Erislandy Lara. Now, he's a tune-up at this point. If Errol the True Spence fight this dude, he will bulldoze him. This is not a credible fight. It's not a hard fight for Errol the True Spence. It's not going to look like the way it did with Canelo, because you guys have to remember, Canelo does not have the stamina engine that Errol the True Spence has. Let me say it again. Canelo does not have the stamina engine that Errol the True Spence has. Errol the True Spence is an energizer bunny. He keeps going, he keeps going, he keeps going, he keeps going. So at this stage, he will systematically break down Erislandy Lara. Since Erislandy Lara is a bigger guy, it's going to take Errol the True Spence more time to break him down as opposed to these fighters at 147. But the damage is going to take place nevertheless. We saw when Jarrett Hurd went on the inside, how he was able, with each and every round, able to systematically break down Erislandy Lara. So Errol the True Spence, you mean to tell me he's not going to do it even more? With his ability to be strategic, with his ability to be tactical? Come on, man. He's the most tactically sound and most strategically responsible fighter in the game. And he listens to the game plan to the T. He doesn't divert from it. So a fighter like that is going to bulldoze Erislandy Lara at this stage. We're not talking about Erislandy Lara that fought Canelo Alvarez, because I already put it out there. It would be a different story. We're talking about Erislandy Lara at this stage. He's 1 foot in and 1 foot out of retirement. Let me say it again. He's 1 foot in and 1 foot out of retirement. So yeah, Errol the True Spence will fight him. But this goes back to the point of what I was trying to tell you when I said that Errol the True Spence doesn't need Bud. Bud needs him. Let me say it again. Errol the True Spence don't need Bud, but Bud needs him. But Errol the True Spence will fight Bud off of the strength of legacy. Let me say it again. Errol the True Spence will fight Bud off of the strength of legacy. You guys are seeing now, man. Spence is like your boy. He knows his sport. The popularity is going like this, dog. Let me say it again. Spence is like your boy. He knows his sport. The popularity is going like this. Obviously, his is ascending higher than mine's, but mine's is ascending nevertheless. You know why? Because we apply unlimited pressure. Let me say it again. We apply unlimited pressure. We keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. We keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. Because we ain't got time for the Ruby Port and plum brain stuff. We look forward. We press on. Forward progression. Always looking ahead and never looking backwards, man. So in a fight of that magnitude, this is the first time you've ever heard me say this, and I don't want to be disrespectful to Erislandy Lara, but Erislandy Lara, you get the biggest higgity hush of the damn day, man. You are a tune-up, dog. That's what you are at this stage. It's a stay busy fight for Errol the Truth Spence. And to be honest with you, you're so much so of a tune-up fight that he could use you as a testing, you know what I'm saying, ground or training camp, so to speak, boxing training camp, so to speak, so that he could test himself at 154. That's what you've been regressed to at this point. If you guys go and look at the Jarrett Hurd fight, Erislandy Lara made a lot of mistakes in that fight that allowed Jarrett Hurd to come back in. And Jarrett Hurd is not the type of fighter that Errol the Truth Spence. He does not have the sound principle techniques that Errol the Truth Spence has. He doesn't fight strategically like Errol the Truth Spence. He doesn't fight tactically like Errol the Truth Spence. So Erislandy Lara would be picked apart and systematically broke down in a more efficient manner by Errol the Truth Spence. Let me say that again, because this needs to marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. Hear me and hear me well. Errol the Truth Spence will break down Erislandy Lara in a more strategic and a more technically sound fashion, because he's a tactician, man. It's tactical aggression, technical punching placement, and body snatching work. It's a levying onslaught of a punishment style. When you look at Errol the Truth Spence, you see Marvin Hagler meets Aaron Pryor meets similitudes of your boy. You know what I'm saying? The one that just passed away. God rest his soul. You guys know who I'm talking about. Sweet Pea. That's what Errol the Truth looks like. Marvin Hagler, Aaron Pryor, and Sweet Pea. A similitude of all of those fighters. And then a package of himself. Because like Marvin Hagler, he works the body. Like Sweet Pea, he's ambidextrous. He can work both on the front foot and the back foot. And like Aaron Pryor, he's durable, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Aaron Pryor used to have those sparring wars. That's the same thing with Errol the Truth Spence. I just think at this point, Erislandy Lara is barking up the wrong tree. Like Jay-Z said, you bark up the wrong tree, the tree will what? It will fall on you. Let me say that again. You bark up the wrong tree, the tree will what? It will fall on you. This is He Knows His Sport. Checking out.